Regional final. The rain has left us at Sewell Thomas Stadium about an hour and a half late, but let's go. Win over the Troy Trojans, forcing their way into the on the year. 37 strikeouts in 42 and a third. Yeah, Pinckney with a home run and a triple, drove in a couple of runs last night. Go California at the game-winning RB. 2-2. Lifted out into center field. Walsh going back, still retreating, gets to the track and makes the catch for the first.
Adam, and all of a sudden had the retreat on it.
Air a little heavier. Andrew Roman on the hill. That's a three-pitch swinging strikeout of Seidel, second out of the inning. Best average, 17 home runs. That's a career high. 50. Had a 4-2 record with 12 saves. Four-pitch walk to Pinckney. And we've seen three very different at-bats. Jarvis battles back.
The sider has been his biggest thing, and you see him lay off.
It's one hit in the two regional games. There goes Pinckney, and that pitch hits Williamson, and he is headed down to first. In the first game against Nichols. That's up and in. Back the first week of March, and he is hit by a pitch. That is 4 consecutive free passes, and Alabama takes a 1-0 lead in this regional final.
Well, I mean, you got to think, even the at-bat to Tommy Seidel.
3 for 5 with 12 runs batted in with the bases low. Bases loaded walk. 2-0 Alabama. 30 pitches in the 2-2. Hit on the ground, off the glove of the third baseman. Wang kicks out into left field. Temez comes home to score. First to third, it's a 2-run single for Magnus.
Made, if you're thinking Nick Wang, this is also a team
making his 18th appearance of the year, all but one of those in relief. 7 home runs, 24 runs batted in. And a big weekend against Ole Miss in the final regular season. Wang throws it over to Vetrano, and that's how the inning comes to.
Talk about repertoire. He's got it all up to 93. A lot of sinks. So very
of the regular season. He was senior from Sterling, Massachusetts. 6 ERA. But a walk to the leadoff hitter, and Barry Walsh. Where teams are trying to force a deciding game. Burns out in front again. Wake Forest, everybody talks about the pitching for Wake Forest, but the offense was really good. That pitch was good from McNary. After a leadoff walk, comes back with a strikeout of 3 home runs on the year, driven in 38. That would be at a top 8 seed if that carries any weight. Ground ball left side past Shelton. First hit of the game for Boston College. They've got first and second with 1 down. Came into regional play with 18 home runs.
Don't know exactly what it feels like, so you're going to see a guy attack him.
Ground ball right side to second. Not in time. It's bobbled at second base. Sophomore from Newton, Massachusetts. 11 home runs on for Vetrano. This ball hit on the ground to third. Fielded by Shelton. Steps on the bag at third. Throws across in time for the double play. Arkansas was beaten earlier today. 22
in total, upset by 1 in 1 game.
Strike 3 call. Jim Jarvis goes away looking as Noonan. There's a big call on the double play to end the inning. It would have gotten Boston as a reliever. Misses with 4 in a row. Tommy Seidel. If you go back to the play in the 9th inning last night, 2-2 to Williamson. Hammers this one up the middle, out into center field. Picked up by Walsh. Tommy Seidel trying to go first to third. He'll do
one thing that's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
2-1. This one past Vetrano at first base. Good inside-out swing. Seidel comes home to score. Bez, and Alabama leads it 5-0.
The smart move right there. You see the shift is on. Only Joe Vetrano on the right side of the infield. He goes inside out and just.
This ball hit out to right field. Leary coming on, able to make the catch. That is a loud out. Double play. Inford leading A&M 6-5. Back-to-back strikeouts from McNary. One up the first baseline with Drew Williamson playing back. All in 2 strikes to McNulty. Lifts it to right field. Pinckney coming on. Accelerates and then just coasts underneath. For Boston College, making his 19th appearance.
You're back into it, but every inning, if you let Alabama keep scoring.
This ball up the middle, a base hit for Ed Johnson. 4th Alabama hit of the night, and a good start. Up and in for ball 4. Pretty good at bat there for Gassetti.
Yeah, he laid off the fastball, the 2-2 pitch that.
And Caden Rose comes to the plate. 9-hole hit. Rose hits it high in the air to left field. Baruch going back. He'll settle on the warning track and now come back onto the grass. Trying to put the first 0 on the board. 2-2. Out into center field. Walsh diving for it. Can't haul it in. 1 run will score. Alabama leads at 6-0. That's happy. Stanford trying to push it to a Monday on the farm. They've been 6. Pinckney gets a piece of it. Short route for the force at second, and that ends the inning. But Alabama where we stand as Boston College starts things off. Walk 1. Make it 4 that he struck out. Lifts this one out to right field. Pinckney on the run. Nearly overran it. Reached back behind him and grabbed it. 1 hopper to Williamson at first. Handles the hot shot. Steps on the bag. Peter Burns retired. Radio announcers saying that they interviewed her and they asked her how much. Drew Williamson leading it off. He hits this ball high into the air into right center field. It's not carrying to that part of the ballpark tonight. We have a 7th super regional per weekend. And now ball to second. Simony throws it over to Vetrano. And Alabama goes 1-2-3.
The home team in that one.
This ball lined through the right side of the infield, and Patrick Roche has his 2nd hit, the only 2 hits of the game. Grounder right side, backhanded by Williamson. McNary covering it first, executed perfectly. Leadoff single is the interim head coach.
He's kept the ship righted, but when it comes down to it, he gives the players all the credit. And at one point, I've asked him probably 2, 3, 4 years ago, like
whether it's Jason Jackson or someone else. I think Greg.
So sure. You're obviously not going to be able to talk before that.
This ball passed to diving Simony. Ed Johnson walked to start the inning. He goes first to third on the base hit from Matt Goose. Alabama 12. Chopper down the third base line. He got a tag and an out right there at third base. Ed Johnson fly out in the first, strikeout looking in the second. Convenient.
That was 4. Maybe.
That's a walk to Jim Jarvis. 4-1 on the strikeout to walk ratio.
Yeah, fastball's going to be up to now.
It goes to 1-1. Pinckney walked in his 1-2. Late on the swing there. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Joey Ryan. Alabama.
Kind of a fork, whatever. He called it a splange. As tight as you can get it in there.
Sam McNulty chases one in the dirt. He's tagged out. You get to keep the souvenir. There's another strikeout for McNary. 6 in a row retired. 4 of them on in advance. They did a great job. Strike 3 called. Drew Williamson goes away looking. That is 3 straight strikeouts for Joey Ryan since
situation where I don't know if I would throw anything different.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit for Temez, his 2nd of the game. 7 driven in. It's about as good as you can draw it up for regional round. Shelton draws the walk. That's 1st and 2nd for Alabama with 1 down. Grounder to third, a chance for 2 to second for 1 to first. Not in time. In the 3rd, and a single in the. Gets this one high on the left side of the infield. McNulty calling for it, and that ends the inning. Out of the game for Jacob McNary. 3-1. Outside, leadoff base runner Barry Walsh draws the walk. Second time that he has been on base tonight. Both by
Possibly getting back in again.
There's a swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Jacob McNary. Joe Vitrano, and Vitrano hits this one through the right side. A base hit. Third hit of the game. First of the night for Vitrano. Was talking about when we visited with him in the last inning, right?
4 home runs.
Doesn't run into one here. Pops it up on the infield. Shelton called off by Jarvis, who makes the catch.
For that game. But I don't know, didn't they use both Ty Floyd and that?
Had a great win today over Iowa. South Carolina really impressive in Columbia. But there was no
offense at the plate.
So after a lead on 2-2, grounded up the middle. Flip to second for one, to first for the double play. Jarvis runs well. He's not easy to double up and has been completely in control in this game. There's a strikeout, swing and a miss, and that's another 0 on the board as Julian Tung. Good to go. Just missed inside, and Cameron Leary reaches base to start the inning. That's back-to-back. Meaning 2 hits on the weekend. He's 0 for 2 tonight. It's this one on the ground. Chance for 2. Jarvis takes it himself, throws over. That's 6-3 in regional play. Jacob McNary, 101 is a swing and a miss for a new career high. 10 strikeouts in the game for McNary. On the fists out to right field. Leary coming in, and he makes the catch, able to keep it in the glove. Little snow cone act. Drew Williamson hits this one hard on the ground to second. Simony fought it, but stayed down on it for the second out of the inning.
We go out there, get one out, face one hitter. Didn't get that standing ovation.
Mez draws his second walk of
guy. Go back out there and get that ovation.
That's 11 walks for Sean Hart, making his 10th appearance of the season. This one off the glove of Burns. That allows both runners to move up. So Temez and Eblin both now in scoring position.
He's been sitting for a while, right? Get a chance.
Cassetti out into center field. And that's going to fall in front of Walsh. 2 runs will score for Alabama, and the Tide. First run since the 3rd inning for Alabama. Caden Rose on the ground to third, fielded by Wang across the diamond, and that ends the inning. But Alabama sends 7 guys to the plate. They March 2nd. 7 against South Carolina on April 29th, and he gets a fly ball out to left. Side
in his spot starts. He had one against Florida in the game where Brandon Sproat absolutely dominated Alabama in a 9-inning one.
That one misses. Couple of
he's had a great year, but this weekend
pops it up. Shallow left center.
a nice 4 innings yesterday against Nichols. No runs.
It's a ground out from Jim Jarvis.
They had a chance. Their only chance to take the game was.
There be an exclamation point for Andrew Pinckney. Hits it on the ground. 5-4-3. Not the exclamation point that I was necessarily.
Problem at the beginning of the year. He had a little procedure, so he's just kind of working.
Full count now. Wang lays off the elevated fastball, and Boston College has a leadoff man on strikes. This one's lined out to right field. A base hit for Cameron Leary.
Thrower.
3-1 from Hoops. This ball hit high in the air to left field. William Hammer out there now. He'll settle just shy of the 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Good regional. 6 hits coming into this game. He fisted out towards second base. That's caught by Ed Johnson for the second. The 3-1. On the ground, left side. Fielded by Eblin across the diamond. Williamson squeezes it, and Allen is headed to a super regional. They'll meet the #1 overall seed Wake Forest next. Team that has had to deal with its share of adversity this year has just kept playing baseball. Is Joe Vitrano the regional MVP next weekend? Alabama and Wake Forest with a trip.